Welcome back, everyone, and let me ask you something really uncomfortable today. The world right now has AI replacing white collar jobs, wars disrupting global supply chains, and economies oscillating between boom time and austerity, right? And in the middle of all of this, you're sitting here wondering, MBA karu, na karu? Today I am going to give you an answer that will make you more confident about that decision, not less, right? We'll see if it's worth it for us. We'll see if it's not worth it for us. You take the call towards the end of it, right? So here's the first thing that you need to understand. The world has always been on fire. Now, let me tell you what this means across the timeline. If you see from the 1940s, the World War II, half of the world was burning, right? In the 1970s, OPEC triggered an oil crisis that collapsed industries overnight. 2001 में डॉट कॉम बबल का बर्स्ट हुआ. A lot of us were still growing up during that time. 2008 में Lehman Brothers they fell. There was a global recession and financial system nearly collapsed across the world. All of this was happening when we were growing up, right? 2020 में pandemic आया. We all know how the world was for those 100 days. And every single time people said this is the worst time to invest in education, the world is going to change and all of those things, right? Every single time, all of them were wrong. I'll tell you why. Because every one of these crises, businesses have started. In fact, from armies needing logistics to government needing new budgets and promises, every single time, the people who could manage complexity from businesses to governments to armies, all of them have only and only thrived, right? So which brings me to the next phase of this pitch, which basically talk about the three forces currently scaring people away from MBA. So let's address all of these individually, right? Number one is artificial intelligence. Oh God, the number of times I hear AI every day in my life these days is unimaginable. गोल्डमैन सैक्स ने 300 मिलियन जॉब्स को हटाने की बात कर दी है बाय 2030 बिकॉज ऑफ एआई. Number two, war and geopolitics. Every other day, either US will do something or Iran will do something or third world में कुछ हो जाएगा, Japan में कुछ हो जाएगा. Global defense spending is hitting around 2.4 billion trillion dollars in 2024. Supply chains में बहुत काम बन रहा है. South China Sea में there's a lot of geopolitical risks that are happening right now. A lot of these things make a lot of context for what I'm about to say next. Number three is economic disruption. मार्केट इतना गिरा हुआ है, आई एम लूजिंग अ लॉट ऑफ मनी माई सेल्फ. 40% S&P के टॉप 500 कंपनीज इन द वर्ल्ड पूरे के पूरे हर साल ही बदले जा रहे हैं. द पेस ऑफ इंडस्ट्री डेथ एंड रीबर्थ इज एक्सेलरेटिंग लाइक क्रेजी. नाउ हियर्स व्हाट each of these forces actually imply and why every single one of them is an argument for MBA and not against it. So let's look at each of these things in much more depth. Right. So after the World War II, particularly in 1945, United States के government ने basically क्या किया था कि जो इतने millions of soldiers they had gotten to into the war, what to do of those people, right? So these men had no civilian job skill, no industry to go back to. In fact, in a broken economy, what did the US government do? They funded the expansion of business schools. Some of the biggest people who worked in the World War II have become business owners. From the Marshall Plan that program to build Europe, everywhere in the world, जब भी कोई global crisis खत्म हुआ है, whenever the economy has started booming again, it has only been the managers that have lived to make more money out of it. Fast forward to 2008, Lehman Brothers वाला जो collapse आया था, financial market पूरा के पूरा खत्म हो गया था. You know what happened to the biggest consulting firms like McKinsey, BCG and Bain? They hired more MBAs. क्यों? Because when everything is on fire, you need the best managers in the world, right? You need best management of finances, strategy, operations and people. Hiring बढ़ जाती है all at once. In fact, even in 2020, global supply chain जब पूरा collapse हो गया COVID के time में, the most in-demand professionals on the planet Earth were suddenly the supply chain managers, right? A skill taught in MBA programs everywhere. Basically, every crisis in history has increased the value of good managers, if not accelerated it to the next level. Every single one, right? And that's what I wanted to prove when I told you a lot of these crises are going to come around. Now let's be a little bit honest and see what AI can do currently to replace us, and let's see what it cannot do to come to a position to understand what is going to be replaced and not. Right? AI will replace a lot of these things. So let me list them. Right? Financial modeling हो जाएगी replace. Spreadsheet analysis हो जाएगी replace. AI can do all of these things much more faster and more accurately than any analyst. Writing the first draft reports, AI beat the first year associate, not even analyst, every single time. Customer service, data entry, basic research, ये सब ना AI कर ही लेगा. Now, if you are planning to build a entry level job career, थोड़ा Excel चला लूंगा, थोड़ा सा coding कर लूंगा, all of these will be replaced by AI any single day. But here's what AI categorically can just not do. And this is the heart of what you learn in MBA also. AI cannot build trust across a diverse cross-functional team. AI cannot navigate office politics and stakeholder power dynamics. People who in WorkX will understand what I'm trying to say. AI just cannot make decisions under genuine moral ambiguity where there is no data, there is only judgment or instincts, and AI just cannot lead humans through fear and uncertainty. You need people to do that. And most importantly, AI cannot deploy AI. Every single AI implementation in a company needs MBA trained operators to manage the change, the people, the processes, the budgets, and the politics, of course, that comes with it. The MBA teaches you to manage these humans who use this AI, and that job will never be automated. Let's look at the other side of things, about war and the need of, managers. How does that come around? We all know Iran has been bombed by US, Strait of Hormuz close ho gaya hai. A lot of these things get discussed on an everyday basis. I just want to say that wars don't destroy demand for skilled managers. They create an entirely new economic ecosystem. Now, what I mean by an entirely new economic system is, say for example, phase one, अभी लड़ाई start हो रही है, there's an active conflict. Defense का procurement होगा, Tata and all these companies are now making defense things. There's cyber security operations, there are logistics. Russian-Ukraine conflict created over 10,000 logistic managers within the first 90 days of the invasion in itself. Can you imagine this? Now, these roles require MBA level skills and they'll just come naturally. You never know if you will be ready for it until you do an MBA yourself. Phase number two, government austerity. Government will cut budget after conflict. That happens every single time. Now they desperately need people who can do more with just less. Budget optimization, PPP partnerships, government relations. Now all MBA skills are required to be doing all of these things, right? And of course, the third phase is the reconstruction boom. Every war, post-war, the economy will definitely boom. FDI आ जाएगा, foreign investment आएगा, infrastructure again rebuild होगा, industry फिर से आएगी, consultants फिर से आ जाएंगे. Managers of that reconstruction era are usually the ones that reach the top of the industry, as Peter Drucker wrote. So every organization that exists in the world, from an NGO to a defense contractor to a reconstruction agency, right? It is essentially a business, and every business will need managers. Now, why MBA of all different courses that you can do along? This is the core of what I want you to understand. MBA does not make you, a specialist in any one specific thing, which is also a great thing. It makes you fluent in everything. Finance ho, operations ho, marketing ho, strategy ho, HR ho. You know everything, right? You know technological frameworks, legal frameworks, organizational behavior. अब एक सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर से व्हेन यू कंपेयर इट, सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर इज ब्रिलियंट एट कोडिंग, राइट, बट व्हेन देयर इंडस्ट्री पिवट्स दे लूज, राइट. Financial analysts understand a lot about spreadsheets, but the day Claude gets integrated into your Excel, their job is gone. MBA graduates look at any new industry, they look at any new technology and any new crisis, and the only thing that they say is, I understand everything that goes behind making all of this. Now let me plug in the people. I understand the finance, I can manage the people, and I can build the strategy. You are not a chess piece tied to one square anymore. You are the chess player then. right? And in a world where industries die and are born every single decade, the person who can play that chess in any configuration of pieces is the most valuable person in any single room. Which brings me to the next part, the chaos and the need for a management as it increases with time, right? So here's a paradox that will, somewhat change the way you think about management in general forever. So the more the chaos there is, right, the more you need a manager, as opposed to what this video intentionally started about, right? So let me prove it with three real, very real examples. When Kodak died, the chief financial officer who built Kodak's last financial model was immediately hired by Fujifilm, right? Same skill set, new industry. The manager survived the industry, right? The only way they could do that was because of an MBA. Now, when OpenAI raised $10 billion and became the fastest growing company in history, they needed MBA trained operators on day one. They did not need engineers that day. They needed people to build the HR policies, get the legal frameworks right, get the right finance function, the right sales strategy. Everything else comes in later, right? When the Ukraine conflict broke, the Ukraine conflict, within 90 days, logistic companies were hiring at double the salary of any supply chain manager that was benchmarked across any country in the world. Can you imagine that? Basically, every time the music changes, and the music will, of course, keep changing every single decade, more so if than not, the same person is needed to tell everybody else what's happening. And that person is the manager. That person needs to have an MBA, needs to have all these relevant skills that we're talking about today, primarily because the world is going to get more chaotic and we need people to manage that chaos. Now let's talk a bit about numbers because I know some of you are thinking this all sounds in principle and philosophically very right, but what does data actually say? So let me point out some of those numbers for you. You can make your own interpretation out of this. Right, the data is ambiguous. IIM graduates see a 4x salary jump compared to pre-MBA income within 5 years of their graduation on an average, right? On an average से थोड़ा कम ही मैं मान के चल रहा हूँ. So IIM placement rates currently are more than 96%, even in recession years like 2009 and 2020. When the global economy was collapsing, IIMs were still placing every single student that came to them. दुनिया में कुछ भी हो जाए, IIMs were still placing almost 100% people in great places. The median IIM Ahmedabad starting CTC in 2024 crossed 35 lakhs. This was also the year I graduated out of IIM Ahmedabad. From just 22 lakhs in 2018 to 35 lakhs in 2024. That's a 60% jump in just 6 years, right? And this period included a lot of global pandemic also, so please keep that into consideration. The average payback period, the time it takes for you to recover the full MBA investment, is just 3 years now, right? And the earning premium over non-MBA peers, oh god, studies from 1980 to 2024 actually show that for 20 years, right, you are still above a person who was earning initially. So this is not just a return on investment. The compounding is immense, like a mutual fund, but for your own career, right? So you don't need a coding boot camp, no certification, no, there's no MBA alternative does what those 2 years at a top business school can do for you. I think that is completely unreplaceable. So let me give you these 6 real world examples of what industry agnosticism looks like. Basically, you don't care about what happens, you need managers regardless. That's what the point is, right? A telecom engineer who does an MBA from IIM goes on to become the CEO of a healthcare company. We've seen this happen multiple number of times, right? Retired military officers, particularly in colleges like ISB and all, they regularly pivot to supply chain leadership at great FMCG companies like P&G and HUL. Even Nestle, in fact, for that matter. The same skills of logistics under pressure and new contexts are applied there. In fact, doctors, I've recently seen a lot of doctors with MBAs are now, some of the most sought after professionals in healthcare, particularly in the area of venture capital and consulting. They bridge clinical knowledge with financial judgment and actual insight into how the industry works, right? Software engineers, the most abundant number of people, software engineers with MBAs at Google, Microsoft, Flipkart, earn more than their pure technical peers, even if they started much earlier, because they can manage product strategy and not just write code, right? I've also seen, in fact, ex-IAS officers with MBAs, they're finding leadership roles at places like the United Nations, the World Bank, and whatnot, because these combine political or policy expertise with business acumen, and that makes you really unique in your own industry. And every major Indian conglomerate, right, from the Tatas to Aditya Birlas to Mahindras to HDFCs, the journey from functional expert to a group CEO is almost always paved by an MBA, right? The skill translate every single time. The greatest crisis leaders have always been managers. In fact, let me give you four people who prove this exact thesis. Satya Nadella का आप लोगों ने नाम सुना होगा. Satya Nadella took over Microsoft when it was dying in 2014. The company was dying, literally. He used a textbook MBA change management to kill Windows first culture and pivot to cloud. In 10 years, he took Microsoft from a $300 billion company to a $3 trillion company, right? He didn't invent any new technology. He just managed the transformation that the company was coming around. Number two, Indra Nooyi. इसके बारे में तो आपने सुना होगा. She did her MBA from Yale, yeah, right? Led PepsiCo through 2008 financial crisis and the health food disruption simultaneously, grew by 80% in 12 years in an industry that everyone said was dying, or everybody just keeps talking about it's still dying. Reed Hastings co-founded Netflix and used the classic MBA scenario analysis, the kind you study in your B school on an everyday purpose, to make the decision to pivot from DVDs to streaming. When Blockbuster, the famous brand back then, laughed at them, he disrupted an entire industry by following the strategy playbook. All of these have an interesting case, right? In fact, Jacinda Ardern, you might want to Google her, had no MBA herself, but her crisis management playbook during the COVID era and the Christchurch attack is now literally studied at Harvard Business School as a masterclass, in a crisis leadership program, because she managed like an MBA grad did. The skills are real, the proof is in real people around you. Of course, everything changes, but management will never do. We've already talked about this. I want you to sit with this, absorb all of that we've talked about so far. Everything on the left side, the industries, the technologies, the geopolitics, job titles, of course, business models, all of it will change, right? It has always changed and it will keep changing too. But there are also things that almost will never change, right? Humans will need motivation. That will never change. People will need to make a way through politics. AI will automate a lot of functions. Yes, I agree. But when it comes to stakeholder management, keeping the company alive, having an instinct when there is no data, all of this will always require a human being behind them. So that's what I want to conclude with today, that MBA is not a degree, it's a survival system. It is making you completely employable for the next 30 years. If not, it will make you crisis proof. It will make you proof from the developments of AI. In fact, it will increase your productivity using AI. And yeah, it's a time proof return on investment. I don't think you can find that anywhere in the world now. Of course, the IIMs are not waiting for the war to get over or AI to take over or not. They're just continuously evolving to make you a better manager. And yeah, I think all of that starts today. We've in fact actually created this great self-rep assistance kit called the CAT and OMET DIY kit. It's available on the website. It's available in the description. It makes you complete the entire CAT preparation journey in just 150 hours, right? And then you can just keep practicing. I'm a pass out of IIM Ahmedabad myself, so I've designed this in a pedagogy that enhances learning and focuses much more on preparation. So it's a very affordable piece. You can just go through those 150 hours. You will have everything that you need to know. And then you will also get our mocks for free and GDPI preparation to get you through that exam in the best time. I wish you all the best. Please subscribe to our channel. We'll keep posting more information that is helpful for you. Cool. Bye-bye.